Rebo Magic,
Johnny Brento.
and we are going to give you a rundown on the After Dark Horrorfest, 8 films to die for. What we did get to see this week was a film by Rolfe Kanefsky, and that film was called
Nightmare Man.
Nightmare Man. Normally we tried to do a spoiler-free review for you, but I don't know if that's going to happen this time around. We're just going to have to spoil the mess out of this. So if you haven't seen the movie, you may not want to watch this, but in all honesty, watching this spoiler-filled review will probably make you appreciate it a little bit more. I did a little research on Rolfe Kanefsky, not extensive or anything, but apparently he has been making films for about close to 20 years now. It looks like he started back in 90 or 91, and he's been grinding along, making these movies for years and years and years, and this is the first one that's really got any kind of theatrical distribution, and will eventually have a very good proper DVD release with when the whole After Dark Fest gets picked up by Lionsgate, as it did last year. So, big ups for him. A lot of people say this guy is like the modern Ed Wood, except that he's really bad. I wouldn't go so far as to say that. I've never watched any of his other films, though. I've heard that The Hazing, also with Tiffany Shepis, is supposed to be very good, and that I'd heard good things about Nightmare Man, and I wanted to check it out. Okay, let's break down the synopsis.
Okay, well, so the synopsis: a married couple, gorgeous chick with world-class natural breasts.
Very nice, probably the D-size breast. They look very natural.
Very nice. Also one of the worst overactors. Ellen, and so they're having intimacy issues. Apparently, she orders this mask off of eBay or wherever.
It's like some kind of African
fertility mask, apparently.
God, yeah.
And gets there, she's all totally repulsed by it, and pretty much from that point on, the craziness starts, and we start having happenings. You're sort of wondering if it's this evil demonic poltergeist or whatever.
Immediately, she starts thinking this demon is chasing her, called the Nightmare Man, and that it's either A, trying to have sex with her, or B, trying to kill her.
Then there's this incredibly long, I don't want to go too far into detail, but it's incredibly long
sequence. We're spoiling it, go on.
To sort of build up, this mask is terrorizer or whatever, and just at the point, I'm about to go, this is going to suck, dude. It's like, if everything is like this, I'm ready to leave now. Just at the end of that, boom, there's this great reveal, nice booth scare, and really great makeup, probably the best makeup in the whole film. And I actually says to Shribo, I bet we don't see that makeup again.
And we did.
Because it was very, very nice. It looked very extensive and time-consuming, probably expensive as well. So from that point on, flash forward to, I guess, a year later, whatever, something like that, you get the impression that perhaps everyone's questioning her sanity, and is she just really crazy, or is it truly a demonic force?
Then the very next scene is her and her husband are on their way to some kind of psychiatric clinic where she's supposedly going to be committed, and the car runs out of gas. He has to walk to the nearest gas station, which is 10 miles away.
Yeah, the old car running out of gas gag.
Yeah, the car runs out of gas. He has to leave her there. And, of course, while she's there, Nightmare Man comes after her.
Yeah, and that's one of the longest scenes, just really stretched out, trying to get the mileage out of the car, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow, that was painful, actually.
She runs through the woods, being chased by a Nightmare Man, comes to a house. There's Tiffany Shepis there with her young boyfriend, and her female friend and her boyfriend, and they're all there having a weekend together. And, of course, they try to help this lady that's outside being chased by a killer and blah, blah, blah. It's pretty much slasher film territory from there on out. You got everybody running around going, oh, the killer's outside, killer's outside, going back and forth.
Supernatural slasher, maybe. It kind of transforms.
That's the big twist at the end.
Yeah.
You have your one twist where the identity of the killer's revealed, and then you have the second twist. It's kind of a double twist.
Listen, folks, we're not revealing any spoilers here. Stevie Wonder can see this coming a mile away.
And the second twist is that it really is supernatural, that the Nightmare Man really is a demon. And that was pretty cool, so it kind of moved the movie up.
Yeah.
Once you get to the end of the film, you find out, the killer really is supernatural. It's possessing the girl from the beginning of the movie. And she's running, and it's kind of a cool makeup because she has this demonic face, and she's in bra and panties, so that's really hot. You can't go wrong with that. So that was really cool. But then when she chases Tiffany Shepis outside, all of a sudden she has all of her clothes on.
I wanted to yank his hard card
right then. That was a cheat. That was definitely a cheat, because what kind of demonic possessed being is going to take the time to put their clothes back on before they go chase their last victim? It's not going to happen.
That's just wrong, dude.
It's definitely not going to happen. But again, the performance of Tiffany Shepis, what happens with her character at the end when she gets assaulted, was just fantastic. So I thought, as for a popcorn horror film, I thought this movie had it all. It was a lot of fun.
It was
the dialogue was really goofy, but Tiffany Shepis, hers, it was all believable. It was all enjoyable. I mean, when you got a movie with Tiffany Shepis running around half naked for part of it, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, slasher film territory, that's the kind of stuff that we want to see. Kills, some of the kills were cool. I thought they were kind of lame getting to start with because the chase with the car and through the woods just went on and on and on and on. It was just interminable. But things really started to pick up when Tiffany Shepis got on screen, and the one scene where her boyfriend gets killed was fantastic.
Awesome.
When he's outside smoking. Now, Brent says as soon as he started smoking, he goes, he's going to die. So that was pretty funny.
That's the rule.
So he's up leaning against the tree, and she says something to him like,
well, it's the little flirt with the badonkadonk scene. You know?
Yeah, she starts flirting with him and showing him her butt, which was really great.
Awesome.
And then as she leans over, when she leans over all the way and she's actually looking between her legs back at him, then a crossbow bolt comes over her and hits him in the mouth and pins him to the tree, and the smoke comes out of his mouth. That was really the best kill.
Straight out of Friday the 13th 3D.
That was a good kill. That was the most inventive kill of the whole film, and it was really cool because you just had Tiffany Shepis showing everybody her butt, which is, you can't go wrong with that.
Moment, and just sort of distracted you with that ass,
That was probably the single most effective kill of the scene because it used the comedy before the suspense, before the horror came in, so it kind of disarms you in that way. And then you had the kill and the surprise. For the rest of the movie, there's a kind of a tonal confusion in that it would try to build up a scare for a minute, and then it would switch over to something funny, and you can't do that. As soon as you do that, all the tension that you just built, it's released, and you lose it. It's early on in the film, the director has to kind of make a pact with the audience and say, okay, we're going to kind of build these scenes for suspense and scares, or we're going to kind of build them towards laughs. And I felt kind of right away that they weren't delivering on the suspense, and they were going to start going more and more and more towards the laughs. Initially, it's definitely unintentional. I did find myself laughing at just some of the reactions, just some of the absolute overacting of this lady. But the great thing is Tiffany Shepis. As soon as she steps into the movie, it just goes up to a whole nother level. You can tell she was really...
And she actually lifted the actors around her as well, by her performance as well.
It literally felt like two different movies. Like there was one version that I would turn off if it was on Cinemax, and another version with Tiffany Shepis that I was just immediately pulled into and wanting to go along. So you see Tiffany Shepis in her, what I would consider her action figure outfit, which is definitely the bronze panties, the bronze panties with the crossbow. I mean, if we don't see an action figure that soon, that's absolutely a national crime. Well, okay, let's kick off the driving totals. Let's see, what did we have? We had several stabbings. We had, crossbow through the mouth with cigarette smoke coming out of it. We had multiple crossbow wounds to the chest. We had, obviously, crossbow foo. We had knife foo, stabbing through the mouth. We had,
stick samurai.
Yeah, we had stick foo. Let's see, there was also lots of Tiffany Shepis foo and we definitely enjoyed that.
The badonkadonk.
I've got to give Nightmare Man a good old 6 out of 10 on the Strebo Screamometer, because there's a lot of cinematography issues if you want to get into those kind of things, but I'm willing to forgive and forget as long as it delivers on the other things, as long as I get those blood, as long as I get to see some boobs, as long as I've got somebody the quality of Tiffany Shepis carrying me through the movie, making it work, making it just enjoyable. We laughed, we hollered, we just jumped up and down through the whole movie. So that's what you want.
Yeah, I agree. I co-sign your rating. This is no Rob Zombie's Halloween, but it got the job done as far as a few laughs and potential scares. I guess if you're the total puss, I don't know.
More funny than scary. More funny.
It's no Tremors, but it definitely it got the job done as far as an enjoyable hour and a half.
If you like Rolfe Kanefsky's work, the word is that the Hazing is also one of his best. Go check that out. It's got more Tiffany Shepis action in it. Anything Tiffany Shepis does, I'm definitely down for seeing. I think this girl's definitely on her way up. It's only a matter of time until she gets the right role and explodes onto the scene. And if I have my way, it'd be through Mutantville.